YouTube, salute. This your boy GPB checking back in with a new video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Now let's get to the video. Now today we're going to be discussing with Michael Lombardi, a failed general manager who got fired after one season. We're gonna get into what he had to say about the Giants. And I'm going to give my take on what he had to say. Also, I'm going to give my take on what he had to say about Brian Burns, which was a horrible take. We're going to get to it. Now, when Michael Lombardi, when he was up on the Pat McAfee show, he said this, quote, "I can't believe the access that the New York Giants have allowed inside their building. Watching Hard Knocks, it feels like there's no identity with this team." Now, let's get to that. Now, Giants fans, football fans in general, how can a bottom-tier team have an identity when they're rebuilding the team? Please, some Giants fans out there, football fans out there, please let me know and answer that for me. How can a bottom-tier team who's rebuilding have an identity? Now, we're in the process of building the team up to have an identity. When you're not winning football games, you're not going to have an identity. You know, we're in the process of getting to that point. Now, when we start winning football games, we're going to know what our identity is. Because when you're winning games, you, as a coach, you know how your team is getting those wins. Then you know what your identity is and what's your strongest part of the team, whether if it's the offense, rather if it's the defense. You will find out what your team's identity is when you're winning games. So for Michael Lombardi to come out and say, "Oh, this team doesn't have an identity," well, duh. We drafted 6 last year. Of course we don't have an identity. That's why we're in the process of rebuilding this team. So eventually, when we start winning games, when we do start becoming successful, we're going to know the identity of the team. I mean, that's obvious, right? And somebody tell me why he hate the Giants so much. Because every time the Giants get brought up and this guy has to give a take on the Giants, it's always seemed like he hates on the Giants. Like it always seems like he's a hater of the Giants. And I don't just see him hating on us. I see him hating on the Raiders. I see him have hate towards the Cardinals. And I'm like, yo, where all this hate come from? Can somebody fill me in on why he hate the Giants so much? Did he ever try to work for us back in the day? I know there's like older Giants fans who witness more, being a fan longer than certain other Giants fans. So somebody fill me in on why he hate us so much. Because, man, it seemed like we declined him a job offer the way he hate on us, you know. So that's my take on that. Now let's get to his take on what he had to say about Brian Burns, and I'm going to give my take on it. Now, he said that. Wait. My bad. Let's go to it. Let's get to it. All right here. Now, he said Brian Burns is not making an impact on the Giants because he was on the worst team in football last season. Now, Michael Lombardi, that makes zero damn sense. That makes zero damn sense. You know why it makes zero sense? Because you just said it. He was on the worst team last year. So how can he go from a team like the Panthers to the Giants and not make an impact? That doesn't make sense. The Panthers D-line isn't nothing like the Giants. Even before Brian Burns got there, we had a better D-line. Because we had Dexter Lawrence, who's the best nose tackle in the league by far, no debate. You could say Aaron Donald was, but he retired. So now that title goes to Dexter Lawrence. And we also had Kayvon Thibodeau, who showed good signs of being a good pass rusher. You know, he had a decent season last year. In his first season, he also had a good season. So now Brian Burns get added to that mix right there. And we can't forget about Azeez Ojulari. He's another good pass rusher we got. So now you take Brian Burns off that terrible Panthers team, because I'm not trashing the Panthers. I'm not up here trashing y'all because y'all rebuilding y'all team. But y'all bad. Y'all know it. Y'all Panthers fans, y'all deep down inside, y'all know y'all bad. Y'all know that. So it's not me trashing the team. It's just facts. So you take Brian Burns from that, put him on the Giants with a D-line that features Dexter Lawrence and Kayvon. Why wouldn't he make an impact? Because now when you face teams, they got to decide, am I going to double team Dexter Lawrence, or are guys on the O-line just going to man up and play all four of these guys straight up? Because if you double Dexter Lawrence, now you got Kayvon you got to worry about, and you got Brian Burns and Azeez you got to worry about. Not to mention we got a good linebacker, Bobby Okereke, alongside Micah McFadden, who's also a good linebacker. So our front seven, we got a nice front seven, and I feel like this team's going to be very good on defense next year. So, we don't really care about what Michael Lombardi has to say. He's a failed general manager. He's a horrible, he drafts horrible. Back in 2013, when he was the GM of the Cleveland Browns, he drafted horrible. His first round pick was Barkevious Mingo. Can somebody tell me where Barkevious Mingo is at right now? He's no longer in the league. And he only played 2 years for the Browns after they drafted him. So the fact that this hypocrite has something to say about the Giants or our GM or why we got Brian Burns, it's sad, because when Michael Lombardi, when you were a GM, you drafted so horrible that they fired you after 1 year. So that's all I got to really say, man. Giants fans, don't take what this dude got to say serious. Even Raiders fans and Cardinal fans, don't take what this guy got to say serious, because he has some built-up hatred towards them three teams, mainly the Giants. So, don't even listen to this guy's takes. Anytime he's on ESPN, I turn it off, because I know he's going to talk shit about the Giants, and it comes from some type of hate towards the team, and I can't take it serious. So that's it, man. That's all I got to say about this, man. Michael Lombardi, stop hating on the Giants. Get off our nuts. You will be a witness to how good we will be this year, and I don't want to see you switch up your opinion on the Giants and we become a better team this season. Make sure you keep that same energy. I don't want to see you switching up your takes. Remember, you said adding Brian Burns to this team, you said he won't make an impact. Keep that same energy. So that's it. That's all in this video. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And leave y'all thoughts down below in the comments. Peace.